Hi.
Hello, everybody.
Greetings. Oh, how do I make you?
Oh yes, it's celebrations time.
Oh, celebrations!
I've got three here.
Celebration.
One for each of you. I've got a Milky Way, a Galaxy, and a Maltese. If you just want to pop over and get them,
Right over, yeah?
yeah. Just pop over, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I'll tell you what. I'll eat them for you on this occasion, yeah.
Oh, that's very kind. That's very kind. You're watching
That's
our weight
awesome.
as well. That's really nice of you.
Oh yeah.
We just eat this
I hope
garlic
you
bread.
hope you don't choke.
Oh, you're so kind. You're so kind. Look, I mean, somebody's got to look out for you guys, all right? And I'm willing to do it.
It's
Okay.
fine. I've got hot chocolates, but fuck you.
Oh no, that's cheating. All right. Well, I've got a tea. I'm happy with that. I've made my peace in life with tea.
I've got some water.
Rather good tea bag, don't you?
Well, it's entirely up to you what you get up to on Thursday, I guess.
I'm Kyle.
Yeah.
Temporary Kyle.
Gosh. I was watching something the other day that was genuinely making me laugh. It's an Irish guy on YouTube who, as a joke, this girl asked him out, and as a joke, he said, "I can't." They were out on a Tuesday. He went, I can't. We can't go out on a Tuesday because it's Gay Tuesday. Tuesday's Gay Day. It's like that's when we're all gay together. And then so he's like keeping it up for a long time. And his mate obviously overhears this, and this woman goes over to the mate and goes, "What is he talking about? He says something stupid about Gay Tuesday." And his mate, realizing they're playing, he goes, "Yeah, no, it's Gay Tuesday. You can't do anything about it." And he goes up and tells everybody else to play along with it as well. And it turned into this massive thing. It's such a big thing on YouTube that he now sells T-shirts that say the words Gay Tuesday on it.
Wow.
It's so funny.
Wow.
Hey, all power to it.
Yeah. I guess that's inclusivity. I don't know.
So when's our Get Fish Done to be made?
There you go. Oh yeah. Oh dear. So where are you located today, Mr. David?
I am in the grand land of Tooting Beck.
Good.
Not tooting.
For those that that's still London. Well, I've just come back from Nottingham today. I saw my mother.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of days, caught up some sleep. Finally.
That's nice of you.
So, yeah. A lot of admin catch up, and now I've got a shit doing it.
Well, I was going to say, did you want to tell everyone what you did? That thing you did
Well,
last
I know what
Friday.
you did last week. I know what you did last Friday.
I know where you were, and I know what you did.
I know what you did. Did a show. Did the debut of a thing that me and Josh been working on for like a year before. So managed to, and it was pretty good. It did pretty well. Rob, do you want to give some audience member feedback? Oh.
Well, I noted that they didn't use my suggestion of jazz hands anytime.
Sorry, I did
was
write the notes for the cast, and none of
Yeah, see, this is why you got to keep a hold of them, mate. You've got, you've really got to keep on top of your craft. There was a great moment near the start. So David is facing the audience, pretending to do something. I obviously won't give anything away. And he's facing pretty close to where me and Ben were sat. And Ben just comes over, just leans over to me and he goes, "If I really wanted to, I could make him laugh right now." I was like, no, don't. Let him do his thing. And you know what? He told me later what he would have said, which was, he would have said, "Oh, ruddy hell."
You know, the funny thing was, before I walked up stage, I went, I wonder if Ben would shout out "Ruddy hell." I genuinely thought that. I genuinely thought that dickhead. If anyone in the crowd's going to do that, it's going to be him or Kyle.
Yep.
But you know, I don't think Kyle will have done it. Kyle is too respectful of the arts.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben.
Ben, no. Ben, 50-50.
Yeah. Yeah, at least Ben didn't actually do it. That's the point.
No.
But I will say there was, yeah. But
that was a hard thing for him to do, so thank you, Ben. So thank you for calling.
He really had to bite his lip there. He was like, "Come on." Yeah.
Good test.
I was from an yeah. Also, just coming off of this for a moment because you mentioned about a character. Ben has come up with a new character for lasers, and it's amazing. But he will let us know one day what it is. But he will definitely be playing it because I've basically told him it's going to happen no matter what. With help from my mum, by the way, which is hilarious. And she doesn't even. I know it's not even her thing, but she was laughing her head off when we're talking about it. Anyway, sorry, back to being in the audience. It was really surreal is the first thing, because it was just like, oh, there's that guy that I know who like stays at the house sometimes, and there he is doing all these cool moves and trying to, but honestly, it was really, really good. I will say I preferred the second half. I thought having more people on the stage worked better because it's all about a sort of people coming together thing as it moves further and further on. I thought it was more fun. But the whole thing was quite a spectacle. Really enjoyable.
Cool.
Yeah. And it's your fault because you made Kyle cry.
Yes.
Twice.
I know last year, not last year, last time he came, which was like 2020, before, like, literally the Friday show before the pandemic hit. So,
but you purposefully did it, I think. I reckon you did it on purpose. I have
specifically targeted.
I have proof.
Kyle.
Yep. Pretty sure.
Yeah. I made people cry. That's what I do.
But you also made him laugh as well. You also made him laugh, and I got to give you that. I'm pretty sure there was a moment where you didn't want anyone to laugh, and he immediately laughed, and it was great. It's when a particular thing falls over. That's all I'll say.
That's got laughs. Stuart, genuinely, that's got laughs 3 times now.
Yeah, because
it's
how,
but also quite funny.
Yeah, because it's a point where it's like, oh no, everything's gone wrong, but it's also because of how the music hits and how you guys all look. It's like, it's that, what they call it, like gallows humor type thing, where you're just laughing at the worst thing that could have happened.
Schadenfreude.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
I know it's what I know.
Yeah. So I had to actually comfort Kyle and stop him from tearing up too much. So yeah, and I blame you.
Thanks.
And also, Josh, I want to hear more WhatsApp messages in the next one.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try and make the full audience cry this time.
Using WhatsApp messages.
Yes. Yeah.
Everybody that's there cried. So it's fine.
Yeah.
It was. I found that I don't know. It's not like to toot my own horn, because one of my dancers who I did a show with back in October of 2021, it was this male mental health piece. I mean, Kyle did see a version of that in the same show.
Yeah.
First time I met him and made him cry the first time. I mean, one of my cast members, has cried at like solo stuff I've done. So I don't know. I just do, like, even though I don't consider myself this is the crazy thing though. I don't consider myself a performer. I prefer to choreograph and do stuff like that. I don't know. I just have a very expressive face or something. It's just expressive eyebrows.
It's just David West. He makes all the boys cry.
I make good boys cry.
This is it. You see.
Funny enough, the guy who was like, he's gay also, so I was like, David makes gay boys cry.
Very inclusive here on Post Sanity.
Yes, I know. I love you guys. I love you. I love you.
Brilliant.
But it's honestly, it's so funny. No, all great guys. But I just have this. I don't know. I don't know if it's the thing is it a talent? Is that a bad thing?
It's something.
Should I be
Things
told to
have
get off stage?
I think it's the music going along with the story you're telling. It's not just some guy doing some moves. It's like you're trying to tell a full on story and you're connecting things together. And also people connect stuff themselves to that, don't they? And that's where it comes from. But it's brilliant. It really is.
You'll appreciate this as well, Rob. The amount of people I talk to about Artlist after the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, so many. Yeah, people love it.
That's so funny.
Because people kept on coming up to me and went, "You're Josh, aren't you?" I was like, "Yeah." What's the music here? And I was just like, "Well, there's this website called Artlist.io."
Yeah, it's surprisingly how many people don't know about these sites.
It's a filmmaker site.
Just
That's
like,
why.
Yeah, I guess my particular industry as well. I guess with dance and theatre, I don't know. I didn't think it was that big of a secret.
The
Facebook ads, there's everything. I don't know how people.
This is it. This is the funny thing is, once you get to Artlist is the website that we use for the majority of our music in our episodes. Not everything. It's other bits and pieces as well. But the majority of it's there. And one of the things I know I did was to listen to a hell of a lot of it, just sort of like largely flicking through, trying to find out, I've made myself little lists of, okay, this is the stuff you use when you want things to just be calm and normal. This is the stuff when there's a fight going on. This is stuff when you want sort of high tempo craziness, and even sort of like a jokey section and stuff like that. So, but the thing is, that does mean you're listening to the majority of what's on there. And the amount of adverts that use that same music.
Oh yeah.
In fact, there was an advert with Usain Bolt in it that was on YouTube a few months ago, and I even said on one of our chats that I will use the same piece of music in one of the Gravity rips. I think it was. It might have been in Time Flux. It was one of those two at the end of the episode, because it's just so stuck in my head now. I was like, that's the bit I'm going to use for the end of the episode now. And I did. But I've noticed it again recently. There's another one that's come up recently. And I'm just like, I know exactly what piece of music that is. I know where you got it from. Very much, behind the curtain.
Oh yeah.
We've lost David.
He's oh no, he's gone.
Well, look, this is what happens when you're in Tooting Bec.
Yeah, exactly. He's been assassinated.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry about that.
Tragedy. Terrible tragedy.
But I mean,
Whiskey Run.
Yeah. He was literally just telling us how nice everyone was being and how everything's working perfectly for him as well.
Such a shame. Absolute tragedy.
Yeah.
We made him cry. Could be. About Artlist.
But yes, I would just say in regards to the dance thing, everybody, you need to go. Anybody who's watching this seriously, it is really, really good. I don't know if you want to give another plug for it, Josh.
Yes,
but
we are on Friday. Blue Earth Theatre in Camberwell area. He's back. He's back. So we talked about Artlist, and now he's back. This is you can't say that these things aren't linked, because they are.
Yeah.
But yes, we are on Friday. This Friday, coming Friday, the 7th of October, 2022. The Blue Earth Theatre in Camberwell, 8 p.m. start. The show's just over an hour long with an interval, so it'll be like half night. Nice little evening out and for your Friday night.
Yeah.
Go to the club afterwards and shake out all those emotions / mimic all the dance moves.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. And add in your own jazz hands. So. But yeah, exceptional work, I've got to say, guys. And yes, very much.
So nice to see all the Post-Sanity family there.
Wasn't there so many people there? It was fantastic. Yeah, even Janet makes. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, ran out of chairs. That's a really good point. Yeah, even Janet Makes made it. Baker Me was there. It was great. We had a laugh.
The community rate was there.
The community rate. So
Oh shit!
I mean, that's whoa.
Oh no!
That is,
Oh, it was so funny. He fell over.
That is definitely a story we have to tell. So Ben is useless, as we know. Because he's so disorganized that he just puts stuff in his car and then just leaves it there for months. And one of the things that he left in his car was a rake. So it was just on the back seats. It was me, him, and his mum in the car on the way there, and then the rake. And then it turned out that we had to give Baker, me, and someone else a lift back home. But we had a rake. So what do we do about that? So Ben, in his wisdom, decided, oh, hold on a minute. This looks like Carl.
Hello. It's coming.
Should we wait for him to come? Oh,
I definitely can chip into the story of the community rake.
Yeah, the community rake. Because let me just tell this story as we're going. Oh, wait a minute.
Hello.
Hey!
Here he is.
You're on at the moment, sir.
So
You're on mute.
we were telling the story of the community rake.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh.
Can you hear me now?
Hey! There we are.
Can you hear me? No, I can't hear you guys. What?
No.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Yay!
Hey!
Hey!
I didn't know that you guys were. Well, I never know when you guys are on anymore. I'm not really involved. Let's
We're
survive.
nominally talking about shooters, but actually talking about the community rake.
Ignore that bit. Oh god damn it! I've left my TV on because I got so excited. I was like, they're talking about Troy.
Yeah.
Because David and Josh made me cry. Twice.
Yes. Yes.
Why?
You're welcome.
Well, substantial skill and finesse, darling. Although, but the one thing that, like, shut up, TV.
Just, off a little bit.
Win.
Anyway, I will complete the community rate stuff whilst we're going. So, basically, Ben asked Josh to look after the rake and to bring it home with him. So, for some reason, the rake is now belonging to everyone. Well, probably to the Post Sanity family. So, if anybody in the chat wants a rake,
it's currently in my car.
For grabs.
It's going to have to come out my car.
Who needs it is Mr. Relish.
Oh my god, that's a really good call.
Break.
That's a really good call. Oh, that is a prop and a half right there.
Yep.
I feel like you guys and props are a little bit too scary.
We like
What are you talking about?
At this stage, we have one prop and it's a rake.
Yeah.
I feel like Ben with a prop. But Ben loves a prop.
Mm-hmm.
I've come to notice.
Yeah.
It's hilarious because he will never act in a film, but when it comes to like tabletop RPGs, that fucker's all in. And I'm like, and you said you didn't want to act? What are you hating?
Do you know what it is?
And he just has a cane with each character he plays, then.
That's true. But he also, do you know what it is? I think he likes to hide behind that character. So the more props he can get and stuff like that, the more he can be more of a butthole. So
Butthole? Did you just say the word butthole? What we
I did say butthole.
Butthole.
Have you not realised that we're 5?
Yeah.
Well, I have. That's why my lovely age of 33 has decided to escape the game. Although I did say last week in the chat, I was like, can Schwa, when he has any time available, to create a sequel but called Knights and Knives.
D&D
Knights and Knives. I think that'd be a great one.
That's a really good idea.
Could you imagine being a knight, David? Like, what would your knight be? What would your knight be? I feel like that's dangerous.
Let me just turn you all up. So what? Wait.
And last week, I was going on a very how art they to the chat.
Oh, right. Yes.
When you make a comeback after about a 10-month hiatus, you have to make it special, especially me because I've set myself up as such well, you lot are larger than life when I'm not there. But like when I arrive, I'm like, right, I need to match or go above a meal. So anyways, I was chatting with Lady Bacon Joy, and all of a sudden I went, what about Knights and Knives as like a sequel to Shooters and Sympathies, but separate worlds, separate story?
Stabbing.
Well, there was
jousting as well. Like,
that's cool.
well, there's the thing as well. I talked about like a D&D like all paladins in the search of the Holy Grail kind of thing. So there could be like a
crossover,
like a one-shot thing. So it's a one-off episode and actually a one-shot.
Don't give that to me.
What are you trying to say?
Look up for me. Look up for me. But we can all like pre-generate some characters and stuff, and then so it's easy to use, and it's just one-off.
I would be here for this. A one-off D&D to introduce me to D&D might be the way to like entice me a little bit.
D&D is, I mean,
true.
there's more
You
dice
only
and there's
have
more
to do one
rules,
episode.
but it's the
Yeah,
same
but I
thing,
feel like-
effectively.
I feel like David would be.
I can make
out
it
of-
for you.
Thank you. And I feel like out of everyone, David would be the one who would educate me the best. Because Josh, I love you. You and I work together. Ben, like he and I work together. Robert is my personal assistant, so therefore like higher status already. So it's like with you, like you're the wild card for me. Like you are the wild.
Oh, got some spice.
Like we.
That's what they call me, David Wildcard West.
Oh, Wild West. Wait,
But like, and I think that's the thing. Like, because to be honest, David and I have met maybe 5 times when we've done Shooters and Sympathies, and then mainly on Zoom and stuff. And I realised when the producer Hattie was talking, she was like, "Oh, so how do you know David?" And I was like, "How do I know David?" Oh, I remember I met David just before the pandemic hit. That's literally
That's
how
true.
I met you for the very first time.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
As we saw you
God, that's a million years ago.
Which is weird because that was literally like 5-10 minutes away from where we saw you last week at the Sanctuary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're back
going
there
to the-
on Friday.
Okay, this Friday.
Oh, is that you're going to the Blue Elephant on Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sanctuary's at Blue Elephant on Friday.
Ah! See, I kind of liked it. Right, no offense to the Blue Elephant. Blue Elephant's a great venue, but having Sanctuary in like a churchy hall.
Longfield's great, isn't it?
Yeah, it worked well.
Lovely.
Well, the word sanctuary has a lot of religious connotations as well.
Yeah,
actually.
that's true.
So-
That's true.
I mean,
Mhm.
I was thinking I was gonna have like David be Quasimodo, and it was gonna be like a spin on the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Sanctuary as he holds like.
I'd watch that. I would watch that.
Maybe that's Sanctuary
Right?
2.
I've Esmeralda.
Sanctuary 2, my back is gone as
So,
well.
So, with Kyle as Esmeralda.
Yeah, Drag Esmeralda.
Yeah.
Dracmerelda.
Jack Wilder, yeah.
Esmeralda, love it. I'm here for it.
But I don't know if anybody. So I had a Disney kick a few years ago, and I don't know if anybody's watched Hunchback of Notre Dame recently. It is not a kids' film.
It is
It's not a
dark.
kids.
No.
It is. Oh my god! It's not a kids.
So racist. It is
Yeah.
so hateful, and it's just like that Hellfire song that he sings is everything. Like full of, like Disney films used to be dark, y'all. Like,
Mhm.
and what makes me laugh is like the Little Mermaid, the live action version, uproar with the racist community being like, "She's not white," and it's like, guys. It's all about being part of your world, and Black Lives Matters just happened not but 2 years ago. Do you not see what Disney are doing? They are like, it's a genius marketing move, but also I've heard from the queers that the bitch can sing. So
There
it
you go.
doesn't
Doesn't
matter
matter.
the colour of your skin. And also, if you think about like the meaning behind a decision, it's the same with Sanctuary. Like just watching David opening up the show, you instantly know exactly what he's talking about, and instantly I could align it with Josh, who wrote Sanctuary, and I was like, "Oh, bitch, I'm watching like one of my closest friends on stage, but it's portrayed by a dancer into a movement," and I was like, "Oh, bitch!" Like, so you have that, like, and if it's, and I think that's the thing that people don't talk about with creative processes is like they chose this woman for a reason, and if you think about the role of Little Mermaid, she says being a part of your world. it's trying, hopefully, to allow white people who are ignorant as to be able to see that they have privilege, and that this it's kind of like, I think it might be that choice. I'm assuming, but like in my head, I'm like, that's like a logical thing and a logical move, because it's all about being a part of your world and wanting to be, you know, I want to be where the people are, and it's kind of like, maybe it's a take on privilege. I don't know. Like,
I mean, but the thing is as well, all you've seen is like 30 seconds of a trailer. What the hell's wrong with people?
I mean,
Chill,
also,
man. I mean, I'll be honest.
A fish woman.
The one thing. Exactly.
Yes,
it's not a real thing. Exactly. But I would also like to say, the one gripe I heard, I was like, yeah, no, actually, I get that. It's too dark. It is too dark.
Yeah,
it's way too dark. They need to brighten it.
Technically, it's not the best.
Who the hell cares? Who the hell cares about anything else? It needs to be regraded. That's the problem. Ben is literally doing that right now, by the way. That's why he's not here. I'm not even not regrading Little Mermaid.
I was going to say.
that would be a gig.
That would have been huge. Huge if true.
Huge.
Big if true, yeah.
But,
yeah.
wait a minute, what's he regrading? Because I messaged him, but yesterday, Josh knows this. Because I messaged in the group chat, I was like, oh,
I
I'm
can't
still
say.
waiting for my link. I'm still waiting for my link to see Shotgun Mike. Because ever since Sanctuary, I'm like I'm having a nostalgic wave for all things like because like it's been a while, and I've been out of the loop for a while, and then obviously I don't know if this has been mentioned yet. I don't know. We haven't really talked about it. We were meant to talk about it, but you guys had to strike and everything. But we're thinking of doing a Hallowstream this year again, guys, because it's a tradition.
I didn't even know this. I've literally not even heard about that.
That's
cool,
no sanity chat.
That's true.
Because you're a roadie gal, like you're a roadie grail gal.
That is true. I am a roadie grail gal.
I mean, I wouldn't mind. Your chat goes off so much. But I'm like, oh,
It's the same DNA, let's be honest.
Yeah. Yes, that's true.
DNA, same vein. But, and I'm a part of the Roddy Grail team, even though I'm not really a part of the Roddy Grail team. So I feel, you
exist in the space.
Very special to be invited.
Yeah. That's cool though. Yes, please do a Hallowstream. I will watch it. I'll be there if you want me to be there. I am fully up for that. I love a Hallowstream.
The question is, David, will you be there?
I will be in. If it's online, yes, I'll be there. I will be in Scotland on Halloween.
Love it.
I've also been trying something out. Now, this is. I don't know how this would work, but if you're up for it, there's a special thing on Twitch which allows you to do a quiz, which allows the audience to also join in.
Oh, God,
and I haven't.
Are we going to have a Hallowstream quiz by Roberta?
I could. I mean, I haven't tried it yet, but I downloaded it just to see what it looked like, and I was like, this seems doable. So, I mean, if people are up for it,
we're doing a Hallowstreamers and Rob's doing the Hallowstreamers quiz. People, let's get everyone involved.
Yeah,
I've already got my costume idea.
Oh yeah.
Like, I was sat there going, I want to do this for Halloween. Hang on a minute, it's almost Halloween. We have to do Hallowstreamers. Like, hello, Hallowstreamers. I'm mashing up Christmas and Hallowstream. So it's like Hallowstream.
Just noticed we missed a few comments from Baker Me. First of all, have you seen videos of the black girls who were watching the trailer for the first time? This is Little Mermaid, I suppose. I have to say I haven't.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen it?
No, is it amazing?
Yeah, I've seen a couple.
Yeah, I've seen them. I've not watched them, but I've seen them posted about.
Is this like with little
yeah, like young black girls watching it.
That's cool.
Right. I remember seeing like kind of. I haven't seen it, but I want to see it because I remember there was I can't remember. It was recently, like a year or so ago. There was something where it had a character of color in, and this boy had the same hair, but it was like an anime. But like the boy had the same hair, and he just stood in front of the camera, like having like smiling massively. And the mum just posted and said, "This is why it's important to have like to what's it called? I'm signing
Representation.
Yeah, thank you. So it's like to have representation. It matters because they get to see themselves in things when they're growing up and see that the world is at least trying to be inclusive. Like,
yeah, I think it's really interesting they haven't done, and I don't know if anybody's aware of, like, because this is a big thing with superheroes, of course, but like in the DC universe, they haven't even done like Static Shock. Anybody watch that? The animated Static Shock that was like Fox Kids, and it's I don't know where there's even like a crossover episode in Batman Beyond as well, like the future, like Batman when it's not Bruce Wayne, and it's like a younger guy, and it's all the animated stuff that used to be on Fox or Cartoon Network or wherever it was, and the point being is like, you know, it's there is a like black superhero, like a young teen has like, he's such a cool hero as well. He's got like he has electromagnetic powers, and he can like activate this spinning disc, like that can like fly around on and like shoot. Like, he's a cool superhero, but there's nothing been done with that particular one. It's so cool, and it's never seen like anything beyond that. And it was I can't remember like what part of, like, it was obviously the kid that's played is from America, but I can't remember like geographically in world where it was. And the kind of the super heroes and villains were referred to as like bang babies and stuff like that, because it was all from a gas or something. But it's like there's a cool like setup to it and everything. And you guys should definitely like check it out. I remember watching it. I binge watched that. That was really good.
I'm going to, because I recently watched The Watchmen, the TV series.
That was okay.
Oh, right.
That was alright, actually. I watched that back.
Yeah, I did watch
whenever it
that.
came out.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
It's such a shame it never got recommissioned. It's got cut after one series.
Oh.
But I feel like, I don't know where they would go with it.
Yeah, tough.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Was
it
it quite...
from there?
It's good.
It's kind of like it can be its own standalone, and it's.
Yeah. Do you reckon they knew there might be a limit to funding, and I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
Not
Like, it's got wasn't it? Is it Regina King?
Yeah, one of those like very high profile.
I'm sure it's Regina King. I wouldn't say Regina George, but that's Mingo.
No, Regina King is
but
the
it's-
correct
I'm sure it's Regina
name.
King.
Hang on, let's have a Google,
Yeah.
shall we?
When I tell you, this is
Yeah, it was Regina
so
King.
he can have. Kids can eat for free.
Yeah.
It's $10.50 for adults for all you can eat breakfast. So I'm assuming you're at a Premier Inn.
A lot. It is.
You would assume correctly.
No way. Was... Oh,
Are you okay? You're alive?
Are you okay?
sorry. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm here. But it's just fine. I don't have my phone because I'm looking up Static Shock.
Oh.
And for some reason, I mean, then it was Static Shock, but there was recently, was it Black Lightning? On Netflix?
Black Lightning, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But I think Michael B. Jordan voiced him.
Oh, what?
Wow.
That's
okay.
crazy.
I think so. Or they plan to, Michael B. Jordan to produce new Static Shock film. Oh.
Wow.
But this
that's
is
cool.
the, oh god. This is the animation I watched, but...
Oh, right.
Hero.
Yeah.
So he's hoping to produce a movie based on. He's a cool superhero, man, and it's like there's this little flying disc I told you about.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Cool ass superhero.
I mean, that's, to be fair
So there you
to
go.
comic books and
So it is
stuff.
coming.
Comic books have generally been very good with inclusion down to this, particularly Marvel. Marvel was like Stan Lee was doing very inclusive stuff back in the 70s.
Yeah, when he's first doing
True.
stuff, like absolutely.
This is what I'm talking about. Like, if you get the right minds in the right realm, like you're golden. Hollywood has been so backwards for so long, and it's just been so cliche, so run by names, and like I think in like equity for like the actors union basically. In equity, I think it's something like only 8% of all the actors who are on equity are in full-time acting employment, and even then, like it's the same 8%. It's never like a variation of that because it's just the same name. And why I've said on our comment, like Tim Burton, stop working with fucking Johnny Depp. Well, first of all, Johnny Depp's not fucking stronger anyways, but like stop working with the same people. Because, yeah, I think I remember it was Sweeney Todd. his own wife had to audition for the part, but he said to Johnny Depp, "Can you do it?" And he said, "Yeah, no problem."
Turned out I can't sing.
So it's kind of, but for me, I'm just like, do you know how many other actors or how many other people are out there that could have taken on that role and done a better job than he did?
Yeah. And talking to Sweeney Todd, did anybody go to cinema to watch that and not realise it was a musical? I did.
You fucking moron.
It wasn't in the trailer. There was nothing in the trailer to say it was a musical.
Right,
I just turned up. Was like,
you know what? I don't care. I'm going to put up the trailer right now. We're going to watch the trailer right now.
Yeah, do. Honestly, there's no singing in the trailer. Obviously, don't make sure.
No, that's a lie. It's a full fucking lie, because the moment where she's like, have a little priest, and they're like dancing in the shop. They're dancing in the fucking shop. Of course, it's a fucking musical. Oh,
there's a bit of a dance in a shop. Apparently, that means it's a musical.
I hate you.
Anyway. Goodness me. Anyway, sorry. There is another point Baker Me came up with, which actually maybe we should talk about, which is the
complete again.
The point. Sorry, go on, mate. What were you going to say?
No, I was going to say is I think that's if they didn't have music. What's that? You hear? What's that?
Hopefully nothing. Hopefully nothing.
Yes.
Nothing. But I think because from what I heard, I remember, like when it first came out, I went and saw it in the cinema with my friend from uni at the time, and we watched it for the second time together. She was like, "Oh yeah, so many straight men came to see it, but like, yeah, it's gonna be blood and guts and gore." And then it's a musical. The first, it's like, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Some people.
I watched it with my mum because Johnny Depp. That's all I'm saying. And I wasn't impressed.
That is a Sondheim musical as well, so don't you dare defame Sondheim. I will cut.
Do you know what? That is true. It wasn't bad. It was just completely unexpected. That's
you should go and see the theatre version of it because it's so much darker.
Yeah.
Like Judge Tenpin, Alan Rickman. Like there's a moment where he's chastising himself with like one of those chastity belts, like singing Joanna's name, and you're like, "That's
Joanna."
Brilliant.
Like it's up there, so high.
Yeah.
So uncomfortable.
Goodness me.
And that's Vecna. That's Vecna.
Oh.
No, the blonde hair. That's Vecna.
The young blonde guy.
Yeah, Jamie, whatever his name is. Yeah.
Jamie Bowers?
Cool.
It's a three-part name, I think.
Jamie something Bowers. Yeah.
Yeah, he plays Vecna. So yeah, the guy,
Bauer.
The little blonde twink who's singing about Joanna and creeping her into an asylum. Like,
it's perfect for the
right,
part.
2007. That's crazy.
literally, typecast.
Wow.
Typecast.
God, dear. All right, yes, sorry. I was going to say something Baker Me said earlier. Hallowstream. Weren't we all going to do mini horror shorts?
Oh, that'll happen at some stage, just not this year.
Yeah. I'm not sure. There were ideas floated.
There's ideas.
There's definitely ideas.
I've got a really good idea for one.
No. I will
I
say.
have a great one, but Ben refused to act in it, and I'm like, I'm sorry. After everything I've done for you for 7 years in one film, you couldn't do me a fucking short after Sir Bovington Smythe. Like, come on.
Bloody hell. Yeah, me and David had an idea for one as well. Ben's idea for one is very different, very clever.
Told me what it is.
I understand.
See, but
I think I know why he hasn't told you. But
will you be in it? And I'm like, because he wants me to be in it. But this is what I don't understand about working with Josh and Ben is they have these ideas. They pegged me for it. So they pegged me for Dead Body and Shotgun Mike. Never fucking told me what I was doing. So when I received the script for Asteria, I was like, oh, so I'm playing Jurek. Like, I just assumed, like, it was very Mike. It was very Mike. Like, oh, I'm playing the lead. Cool. And then it's like, no, you're the Dead Body. And I'm like, what? No, that's it. I think Josh was like, oh, no, Ben's got you picked for his film. But there is a part in my film. And I was like, okay. Josh didn't tell me what part it was in his film. He sent me the script, so I read it. And I was like, okay, I'm cool. I'm Jurek. And then Ben, when I finally get around to talk to Ben about Shotgun Mike, he's like, oh, yeah, no, you're not Jurek. You're the dead body. And I was like, I wish he filmed it because it was like literally could have just used that moment in the film.
Well, I
But
mean,
they don't
that
tell
is
you
shot
what you're
on
doing,
mic,
but
isn't
they're
it?
in it. Like, oh, we want you to this. Okay, what is it? Can't tell you. An actor prepares. Has anyone read Stanislavski? Jesus!
Oh, brilliant.
No.
That's
None of us
really
have.
funny. That's really fun. They didn't tell you what part you're going to play, and you thought you were the lead. It's so good. But you were the lead, just in a different film.
Oh yeah, but it's the same thing with Ethan. I remember almost again.
Hey.
Jesus. It was the same thing for Eden because Josh wanted to do a screen test with me to see if I would fit. And like again, the script. I think you were writing the script at the time, so you kind of just gave me like a loose. This is what this is about.
I think I gave you. Did I give you a monologue or something?
I think you gave me a monologue.
I have that film somewhere. I have that test somewhere.
You do. I have seen it. I saw it a few years ago. I think.
Oh, find that.
But the best thing is what started out as like very Matrixified. Like it was a floor length. I think you still have it, don't you?
The leather coat. Yeah, it's in the loft, I think.
Oh, and I was like,
it's a cool coat.
Work out, bitch. It's a really great coat. It's very Neo at the end of the Matrix. Like when they go through the beepers, and he's like, that coat. It's that coat. It's so good. But then Lady Baker Maljoy made me my my cape, which got absolutely ruined and destroyed by the stinging nettles that were once in the Addington Hills. Wait, was it Addington Hills?
Yes. I think technically that's the name. We always called it Shirley Hills, but I think the actual name is Addington Hills.
So I love that I'm not from the area, but I know the fucking name.
Well, yeah.
I'm not from
to be honest, I think we always called it Shirley Hills, and then like when I had to give the address to somebody else, I looked it up and it was Addington Hills, and I was confused because I was like, that's definitely the place.
Are we going to see Punch Drunk, by the way?
Oh, potentially. I mean, when I have time, I would like. It'd be interesting to see it because I think mine and Ben's friend Vinny, who's the reason that I started doing any dance stuff at all. He was in it for a bit. I don't know if he's still in the run or if he's left because he's choreographing.
Is this for Current City?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a few people that are in it.
I really want to go because I went and saw the Drowning. Was it the Drowning Man?
The Drowned Man, yeah. Yeah, that's how all the dance stuff started. Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Because I swear to God, I had the shittest time on the Drowning Man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you've said this before.
I had the worst experience. And so I'm like, right, let's give him a second chance. It's now in Southeast, which is my ends. So it's not that far. And on top of that, I now know what to do. Because I fucking failed the first time. But I don't want to go alone because creepy. And I also don't know who to invite. But I feel like going with Josh because of the link to Drowning Man, that'd be kind of cool. Because I swear to God, I remember seeing you filming the day that I went.
Quite possibly.
I swear to God, I remember seeing like a cameraman go through. Yeah, you were there for ages, and I just remember being like, I swear that was Josh. Like just a camera go flying by. Or maybe I saw. Wait, did I see it before? No, we must have been friends by then.
No, yeah, we would have been. Yeah, because it's 2014.
I just remember Katie Besser getting covered, doused in corn syrup.
Oh yeah, the blood.
Like, doused in corn syrup.
Yeah, no, that was Katie had it. Charlie had it worse. She was.
Was this? For a particular reason?
Yeah, it's
right.
For stabbings.
Stabbings
happened.
Everyone in the film, it's beautiful.
Right. Okay.
It looked really good.
I remember Katie said I remember texting Katie afterwards, or she texted the group and she was like, it was a little bit weird when you're driving home and at the traffic lights the police drive up past you and you're all covered in red blood all down your throat.
Oh yes.
Yeah, we did cake her.
Promise, officer.
It looked great though.
Kill anyone.
Did look great. She was fine.
Taste it, just taste it, quick lick me, taste it, spirit.
Officer, please lick my neck.
You've got okay.
Wait,
I probably should. I won't say this. I won't say this on air. But David, you do have a weird connection to Katie. I won't tell you what it is on air because I shouldn't. But I will.
What? You dropped?
As soon as we got off air, guys,
Yeah.
going.
What?
Resist. Okay.
Because my dance connections are really weird. Like the way that I ended up working with David is such a fucking weird little journey through like different contacts, through like 4 or 5 different contacts. Katie Lusby.
Oh,
You might know her.
Katie Lusby. Yes.
Do you know her? There you go.
Yeah. She did a workshop with us at college when I was in my last year in Toto,
Actually,
and I went to see a show that she did with Wayne Parsons, who choreographed on my year for the tour that we did. As in Toto is the show. It's a contemporary dance department's company at Studio Center where I went to uni, uni college, whatever you want to call it. And then I saw them in a duet together, which was absolutely amazing.
She's great.
And I haven't seen Katie since.
No, I've not seen her in years either, to be fair.
Yeah,
because
I would like to hear this connection.
No,
I don't know what the connection is, but I guess I'll find out later.
Yes.
I'm so
I'll tell you
intrigued.
that later. Yeah.
Anyway, we talk about Shooters.
And you'll understand why I couldn't
Oh
say it,
yeah.
but it's fine.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's almost
We've done an hour not on it.
in and we have
Hey, well, I mean, we were all in it, so.
it's the way though, but at least someone has to be like, oh yeah, we're meant to, someone
meant
at
to
least
do
at
that
some point.
thing.
Hey, so we're having
Yeah.
a nice chat about all sorts of nonsense, which is about on brand for us.
Yeah.
This is very
Yeah,
sad
exactly.
when at least when I'm here. So
No,
I will
when you're not
say,
here as
though,
well, it's just us in general, I think.
Yeah.
It's just the tendency.
I will say we were literally just chatting about all sorts of nonsense like 5-10 minutes before we started as well. So I think all we've
Yes.
done is we just continued onwards from what we started.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
well, I feel like that's the best. I feel like these are the best ones. No offense to
Yeah.
Girl. Like they are fun to watch, but like I think my favorite times of doing stream with you guys has always just been when it's been random shit.
I mean, let's
Like-
be honest.
Yeah.
It's a podcast.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Right? Like, why don't we
It
start
is.
a podcast and just call it something like Batshit Boys? Like, I don't know.
Batshit Boys. Batshit
Yeah.
back. Hello.
And I can be the Batshit Batty Boy.
I would.
That is so South London. It's unreal. Yes, I will be the Batshit Batty Boy. I will have Batshit Batty Boy. Like,
I
Batshit Batty
think
Boy
that.
breaks the barriers. I don't know. Something with all the bees. I'm here
Yes.
for it. I'm here for it.
I'm
So-
up for a podcast.
I haven't heard
That's
that.
such
I haven't heard that
Yeah.
phrase in a while.
Like the different Spice Girls, but Batshit Boys. Like, different, like you're
We could be a really bad Backstreet Boys cover group.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
the British version. I love it. Batty Boy. I get called Batty Boy pretty much at least once a year from a white band man. Like I still get catcalled.
Oh Jesus!
Good
I mean, that's
Like, all the time,
not surprising, is
Batty
it?
Boy,
Let's be honest.
yeah. You know, but the best bit is I go, and what? That's always my response, and they're like, and I'm just like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're telling the truth.
Should be like, do you want my number?
And your point is, literally, well, wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
repressed.
I could go on a rant with how the straight boys are all up in the Grindr accounts being like transsexuals and it's like fucking every man or getting fucked by every man. It's like, yeah, you straight, okay, boy. Okay. It's fun. It's fun.
So
That's boy.
that's podcast episode 1, I think.
Does that make the I am Brew Batshit Boy become Scottish?
Yes!
Does that mean?
Or you could be the deep fried Mars bar.
I was trying to do something
Batman
with you
Mars
there. Sure.
Didn't we get into a really long conversation about deep fried Mars bars the other day? When
Well,
we
I
were-
could be like the battered Batshit Boy.
battered
So, like,
Batshit.
deep fried. But also sounds like I kind of get beaten up. So,
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Or you battle.
People cannot try and guess the context, and that's part of the game. I don't know.
Yes. Right, no one. If you watch this, if you found this, well done. You found the original, reason.
Deep in
Behind
the Twitch
Batshit Bat.
archives, the deep bowels of the internet, dark web.
Right, Kyle, set up the podcast.
Somebody's watching this in
Build it, they
like
will come.
15 years, going, "Oh, that's when it started."
That's where it came from. I'm surprised we haven't done a podcast, to be fair, because I think, like, what we could do is we could just rotate whoever's on if we wanted. If 5 is too many, then we can just keep it to a 3 and we just rotate.
To be fair, I mean, we could always. I think we always talked about just uploading streams as podcasts because effectively all you do is you pull the audio from it. But it's just like
yeah,
it's
but
more
our
admin.
audios are all different levels. We need to all be one.
Yeah, it's easy to do once you're editing it.
It's well, I mean,
Jesus, she thinks she's fucking something.
He knows about art lists. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell.
So many people ask me about
now.
it.
Whoa! Maybe you
Do
should
we
be
wanna- hang on.
the batty boy.
So hey, I don't know if you heard that at the beginning, Kyle. Like after the Sanctuary show on Friday, I got asked by like 3 or 4 different people about the music, and so was plugging the website Artlist, which is where all the music came from. Would anyone like to place a bet now as to how many times I get asked about the music on this coming Friday?
I'm gonna say at least 5.
Good voice.
At least
Okay,
5.
anyone?
I was there, like, I came and gave you a hug, and then sorry, can we just talk about the music? I think it was 2 people in a row, weren't they?
Yeah. So many
To be
people.
fair, at one point, Rob, didn't I go to you? Like, I was expecting, like, when one of the dancers was playing back in the spotlight, and you guys are around this outside.
Yeah.
No spoilers. But I was like,
Oh, I fucked up that cue.
Josh. I literally just went, Josh, cut to black. And I was expecting it to cut to black at that moment. I was like,
Yeah.
damn it, it
I know.
didn't happen.
Do you know what?
Damn.
So that was in the aftermath of the WhatsApp incident,
Yeah.
and there's basically that, like, the WhatsApp thing happened at the worst possible moment because it's the moment where there's like 3 or 4 cues that trigger in the space of about 20
Oh, was
seconds.
this when your WhatsApp went off?
Yeah, it was just around then, and it fucked me up because I was just like, oh shit, where's that come from? And then I was like, oh shit, there's like 3 cues I need to be triggering right now. So poor Alice, who was the dancer who was lying there, just lying there for so long. I've never, ever left her lying there that long. It's always like instant as soon as she's down the cue triggers. And I was just like, oh,
Yeah,
fuck,
but-
oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
It was quite a nice respite, though, because that was a bit manic for a minute. And you're like, so I was like, oh, thank God we get to breathe.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what Rob was doing because I was all up in my emotions. Like, Rob just kind of goes, like, side eyes me because I've sat behind him right there. And he kind of goes like that. And I just seen him lean over towards Ben. And then Ben looks over. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not the show, bitches. Watch the show. Like,
I just said to Ben, he's gone again. That's all I needed to say.
Poor ads. I fucked up that cue twice. I fucked up that cue in the tech run because I didn't, like, I triggered the wrong light.
you know
or
what
something.
it's saying to you, though? It's saying, leave it. Fate is saying, leave it, bitch. Leave it.
Fate is saying
Leave it.
maybe don't also do the tech.
Maybe don't do everything. Maybe learn to just do one thing creatively and that's it. Maybe that's what it's saying.
Yeah. I mean, this
Do
is
one
Maybe-
task
maybe-
at a time.
Maybe don't learn how to operate the lights on the day of the show. True story.
This is a good point.
True story.
Bloody hell. Wow. Wow.
Wow.
The show that you watched was the second time I'd ever done that.
Wow. Bloody hell, mate.
Jesus Christ. You need to learn to take a break.
Well, you know, shit had to
to be
happen,
fair-
so we made it happen.
Yeah,
True.
yeah. It's definitely been tricky, and we were trying for months to. Technicians are definitely in short supply at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
trying
good money to be made in that shit.
I mean, yeah, if you're a technician right now and you're probably getting booked at the moment, but then there's been tons of like theaters all over the country are like putting out things for technicians, and they're still up. Like they're just really struggling to find. It's a definitely get in that trade now if you want to make some money.
Good
Yeah,
money.
you're an arts
You'll be sought
I
after and you'll
I
be
kind of half
denied.
considered. Should I just do a lighting course and just fucking?
Mm.
I mean, the tech.
You know,
I mean,
I've had
the shout out to Joe who came and brought the lights and set them up. Because I was like, okay, I'll run the lights. I'm not setting them up because that wouldn't be safe over an audience.
Yeah.
he was great.
I mean,
He was
all we
really
need is
great.
the chain, like the
Yeah.
safety chain, and that's
Saved
it.
our butts. Yeah.
It's just like, okay, I'm not gonna. It's one of those things where it's just like, okay, well, like we set up lights for shit that we're doing. I mean, I've got a little like LED panel there, but they're tiny. You're talking about a 2K LED light, which is, 10 kilos or something, and suspended 20 feet in the air. If that drops on somebody, they're gonna go to hospital. So I'm like, I'm just gonna.
And funnily enough, how many times have the lights dropped when we're filming stuff? That must have
Exactly.
happened 3 or 4 times. at
Exactly.
least. And that's like little tiny
They're
ones.
they're little like phone-sized lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
they're not gonna hurt anyone.
but let's be
If I had a penny, whilst filming with these fuckers, how many times them dropped or nearly dropped on me, I'd be rich. I would be rich.
But the thing is, let's be honest. If Josh were asked to set those up, he would do what he does with every type of lighting, camera, equipment, everything. He would get out the gaffer tape, and he would just start wrapping it around.
You're assuming
hoping it stays up.
you're assuming that room wasn't full of gaffer tape. I put.
Oh, it definitely was.
It definitely was. I taped on the fucking floor.
It was on the floor. I noticed that. Yeah.
There's,
a lot of gaffers were on-
there were marks on the floor. There were position marks.
One of
on
my
the floor as
favorite,
well.
one of my favorite things was what David said afterwards
it
when
was
he
a
came
wall,
out.
shit.
Like,
I
gave him
did
a hug, and he was like, the producers genuinely, like, everyone forgot that I was behind there during the interval.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot that he was behind again.
That's true. David sort of heads off somewhere for a bit, and he has to just stay there for a while to not get in the way.
Well, my
And everybody
favourite
forgot he
moment-
was there.
My favorite moment is when, like, I feel like I need to start doing commentary for shit, like, just record it. Because when David comes out in the second act, I just went, what? Out of class today. Because he just had, like, his big sort of bit, but then he had, like, the hair, like, on the side was, like, nicely slicked back to his head so that he could get his little, I won't say anything for spoilers, but
With sweat.
Yeah.
Dry sweat. Because I haven't been moving.
your
fucking ages.
facials, your facials in that second act. I swear
Yes,
to God.
and really funny.
Like, it's just, chef's kiss. I would literally just go, Vernon's in.
Yep.
As soon as you're
Yeah.
like, Vernon's here.
It's the perfection of you pretending like you don't know what you're doing, despite the fact you know everything you're doing. It's great. Not only do you know what you're doing, you've choreographed the entire thing, so you're.
You know
Like,
what
oh,
everyone's
wait,
doing.
Take all the credit for the choreographing because I mean it's such a big. Fucking,
Yeah, of course. Everybody
Oh,
gets.
I mean,
involved.
that cast deserves so much credit. What an amazing group of people they are.
What happened to Madam's fingers, by the way?
Oh, she broke them
yeah.
before.
Broke them on the week we were watching with
Yeah, she was dancing with 2
Newcastle.
broken fingers.
Oh, yes. That didn't
When
look
I
good.
tell you, I thought she may have like bent them too far and sprained
Nope.
it or something, but I didn't know what to see with them.
No,
Broken,
no,
and
broke.
she got still
Yeah.
bitch.
She's picking
Yeah,
somebody
it's
else up, isn't
amazing.
she?
If you,
Yeah.
No, I
you
don't
know,
think
basically,
she does a little lift, I think.
tape on her fingers, but
Gaffer tape.
no,
Josh got involved.
it's
Gaffer tape.
basically
Yeah.
gaffer tapes. But it's amazing what you can do with broken fingers. I think it's what helped her still be able to do stuff and not having to sub Lauren in, who's our rehearsal director and who's also acting as like cover, was that I think it was the way it broke worked out for her to still keep going. And we had to rework a couple of things, obviously like certain partner lifting and all this sort of thing. But I mean, they dealt with it quite swiftly, so it was actually quite a non-issue.
Yeah, to be honest.
Brilliant.
There was the initial, like, oh fuck. Well, she can't dance.
Yeah.
And then she tested it and was
How-
like, oh, you'll be okay. And then we were like, okay, well, we'll find out. And then it was literally, I don't think we talked about it after that. Like,
Yeah.
she was fine.
It was
Yeah,
so
I think
good,
if
like-
it broke in a different way, depending on how and what way the bones broke, I think would have told a different story. But I
Yeah.
think it's the way.
I
So-
mean, I keep bringing it up because we literally saw it on Friday, and it was just it was magical. And like I feel like I haven't seen a dance show since we saw the Blue Elephant like 2.5 years ago.
Mhm.
So to go back, like to be back watching you perform this time, David, as well. That was magical because I know you lean more choreography. Although at one point I did see the poison noodle leg.
You what?
Do you remember this? The poison noodle leg?
I remember poison noodle.
Oh yes.
Poison noodle, like you have to poise but then have noodle legs. That was there's one moment where you walk like down, I think it's after like when you become a bit more manic, and you do like this like wobbly leg movement. I was like, oh, poison noodle leg, that bastard's still in my fucking workshop shit. Do you remember this?
Do that for? What was the reason again?
That was during COVID. Like a lockdown.
Yes.
For whether or not you're going to develop a workshop for dance.
Online workshops. That's right.
Yeah.
From the pandemic.
Yeah,
That was like 2020
I
shit.
think so.
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I think. Or were we doing a test? We were doing a test.
Yeah.
Weren't we?
No, you did one with me, and
Or-
I think you did one with a couple of dancers as well. To work on characterization, and then also to work on like dance and movement.
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
So, Kyle-
I know that.
So, Kyle, will you be suing or?
Yes, I will. It's
Yes, of course. So.
Copyright.
Dave,
Slightly drunken walk.
I wouldn't mind. Lady Baker Maljoy was like, Kyle, why aren't you in this? And I was like, bitch, don't even. I would do it in a heartbeat. I would do it in a heartbeat. It was like, I mean, I never really got to go delve into dance. I'd always wanted to do dance from a young kid. My mum's supposed to be listening to this all in her eyes. But she was very much like, boys do football, girls do dance. She was, backwards in the day. She's grown, she's developed. But like I started to do tap dance and stuff.
No, keep going with the tap dance.
So I did tap dance when I was 16. I think we had a compromise, so I went and did a tap dance class for 2 years before I went to uni. And then at uni, I dropped it. I did like 6 weeks of ballet, and then at school we were doing like this rock challenge thing. I'm not sure if you've heard of it, but which was basically like contemporary dance kind of pieces, but you have to have like a method behind it, blah blah blah, all this bullshit. But like that was my only kind of access into dance. But like I loved it, and I'm a natural at move. Like I can find a rhythm easily, and I know how my body moves and how to work it. But I've always wanted to do something dancey, like Sanctuary or something like that.
You should
Kyle,
come to class one day if we're around. Yeah, because EQ does classes in London. Come to a class. I don't do the classes, but
I mean, I will be that bitch at the back of the room because I can't pick up choreography quickly. I'm a perfectionist. So whereas dancers are like they just go, oh, they see it once, they're like, yeah, I could do it, and I'm like, what? How the fuck did you do what the? And I have to figure it out. But once I figured it out, like I nail it. I mean, sometimes I get ahead of the beat because I get too excited, so I need to learn to just play it back. That's my weakness when it comes to dance. I get too.
I'm also, in the future, still happy to maybe do like a BSL based thing.
Bitch, when I tell you, like
Because I
when we
know
had this,
we
that.
kind of glazed over it, but it's definitely something can happen.
well, you
I can
could
definitely hit
Kyle.
that.
I mean, you could do what I do and be a collaborator, be a dramaturge, be a the way that I see it is like I'm a consultant director. That's how I work.
Yeah.
The same way that a
one
director
thing
would
that
employ a choreographer is employing a director.
I mean, one thing I would love to do, because we kind of briefly talked about it before, around the same time I said about the BSL thing. I would love to kind of explore ADHD with dance as well.
That's a very
That's
good
one
Yes.
thing.
yeah.
I've been finding it tricky, and I actually sent out a application for a residency today, so that you would have seen this, Carl, during the just the show before the pandemic, the male mental health piece. So I'm trying to, and I have been in various other projects like this, trying to get some neurodiverse work done. And it's definitely been tricky. And I in this residency, I decided to, like, in my thing, mention, like, I actually said the irony is I write this, and the amount of, like, what it's like to and understandably, I understand limitations of certain organizations to give feedback, but I think it's just like just for the average artist, but also like when it comes to artists with not even neurodiverse but other types of disabilities, to like even just get stuff off the ground, because you don't know what's the thing that's not working, and just entry level stuff for projects and R&D periods and projects like that. And I've done similar, not just for this one I'm talking about now, but different variations of like neurodiversity and mental health, and I've found it really hard for anybody to give me any sort of anything really, which kind of, as I say, is a bit of an irony, to like support or provide, even if they don't give me the rent seats, like especially like with the subjects, like, is there anything you can throw my way, throw me a bone of some kind to, and also projects like this. So I'm like, I wonder if like how many other people trying to do work like this, and if they're facing the same things, the same kind of,
I feel like
planning.
I mean, it's what I find interesting about the arts and the creativity is it takes society along, like especially when it comes to stuff like mental health. There's such a stigma still. Like, yes, there's less of a stigma than there was before, but there's still a stigma around mental health because, and why like things like Internum has been created. And actually, thinking of that, how cool would Internum be as a dance show?
True.
Oh, bloody hell.
That would be...
Wow.
Just saying. Like, just...
Wow.
To be honest,
just taking that, but developing into...
Oh,
into
guys!
I'm
feeling something here.
You're doing what I did when I first started working with dancers and dance shows. Going, wouldn't that be interesting in dance? I'm going...
And what would be interesting
actually, it would.
is, like... So recently, I've met a fellow BPD, like a homosexual male who has borderline personality disorder, which I have.
Yeah.
And when I tell you, like, when you meet someone who has the same thing as you, and they're just talking, and you're like, I get it. Oh my god, someone like to finally have someone in my life, whether it be an acquaintance or like. And he calls it splitting, like which is interesting, like how people have their own terms for their own mental health.
Yeah.
Like he talks about splitting, like when he splits, like when reality splits, and when like the lie, if you will, that your brain's telling you like happens, and like you split from yourself. I was like, bitch, that's what it is. Like ironically, this coming Monday, I finally have my psychotherapy assessment. Yay! So I'm finally going to be doing some therapy.
Yay for slow mental health services.
We're getting there. That's a fucking joke, but stupid stuff. But to have someone like, and then when I saw Sanctuary, I was then like, oh, Internum as a dance show would be a really interesting thing. And then because of how, like talking with my friend, I'm like, exploring borderline personality would be really interesting. If you could get someone example, if it was me and a dancer who had a similar body, or if it was someone who had a similar, like,
that's
you could then split off and have these two realities,
so perfect.
but like simultaneously,
fucking do it.
Simultaneously get mirrored, right?
That is
that was an idea
project.
So all we need is another Kyle.
I mean, yeah, we can find
anyone
someone.
out there?
We'll find you someone. Yeah, no, that's a perfect. Honestly, that's such a perfect project for dance because it's such an abstract thing to explain. To do it through movement, to do it through feeling. Perfect.
It's kind of like how I couldn't find representation. So when I saw it, it's that's how I see dance, and that's why I think I get so emotional with it. Especially that piece that was in the showcase at the Blue Elephant, the homosexual one, because Josh was like, I know there's one piece you'll love.
Yeah, I knew.
Batty boy's gonna love it. But I just remember seeing that, and I think because my parents came and saw that one, and I was sat there and I was just like, I got every single thing. Like, I understood every single thing because it was my entire experience. And like,
it's just a different form of storytelling.
Yeah, like literally, it's a form of different, and people don't understand it because it's like some people don't understand. Like people love dance, but they don't love theatre. But then like they don't like musical theatre, but they love theatre. They hate like, and it's like I wish people would try and explore more. Like I'm trying to see
Yeah.
Aida at the Royal Opera House. There are like there's other reasons why I would like to see it, and I'm not going to announce that now. Unfortunately, at the moment, but like I want to go and see it, and it's like the person who I'm like, okay, basically someone who's in it. I have been sort of seeing new developments, but basically he was like, I'm not really in it that much. I was like, no, but you've given me a reason to go and see opera. Like I've never had a drive or a want to, but now like yes, there's you, and of course I want to support you and I want to see you in it, but like it's also the added bonus of I finally get to see an opera at the Royal Opera House.
Yeah.
Like, and it's one of those things like go and try everything. If one thing people should take from the pandemic is go and explore the plethora of creative outlets that there are. Even if you don't want to partake in being a creative, just absorbing it and seeing stuff and realizing that you can express yourself in so many more ways. Like the arts are so important and integral to me, and that's why I'm becoming a sign language interpreter, to hopefully become a performance interpreter, so that deaf people have access to arts and access and go, oh shit, I can express myself through this.
Yeah.
Like there are people out there who do this. So
I was also going to add to that. Everything is so much better live actually being there. So I when I was younger, I used to go and watch classical music. I'm not a big classical music fan, but I used to go and watch concerts. Oh man, there is nothing like it. Being there.
See this. I need to see this. You as a little twink, be like, oh, classical music.
Yeah,
I love
seriously.
it. I love it.
Seriously, Fairfield Halls used to go every
I think I've seen people
about
sit in Fairfield Halls back in the day.
Yeah, I think I was there when your parents were there, and they were saying about that.
Oh yeah, probably were, yeah.
Yeah, that you guys used to. Yeah.
Do you know what? I will say, just to kind of conclude the Sanctuary things, it was really nice. Obviously there was plenty of family, friends, the Post-Sanity family, everyone there. I feel like the best thing for me that happened in that week is we did a show, and actually we did the Resolutions show, which is what Rob had seen in Resolutions, for a couple of schools on the Thursday, and then some of those kids came on the night, and that
were the two girls at the front row.
Yeah.
The one who went,
oh my god!
Yeah.
I have to tell you a story about those kids. This absolutely killed me. So there's these two fantastic, wonderful kids sat in front of us. They were, as kids are, getting up and doing a couple of things, but pretty well behaved. One of them had a jam tart, right? There was this little sort of, I think it was Macmillan Cancer Support, like bakery type thing, and you gave some money over. Yeah, it was a really nice idea. And this kid had picked up a jam tart, right, and was just slowly munching away at it. And at one point, Ben just leans over to me and goes, where'd she get that fucking jam tart from? I want a jam tart. Can I ask? It was like, should I ask her mum? What do? I want a jam tart.
Disrespect of Ben, though, I love it. He's staring at this kid. You know what? Ben looking at food. Ben looking at food is a scary thought. Could you imagine? He's looking at this young little girl who must have been like 8, 9, 10 years old, and he's like staring at her like dribbling down the sidewalk and thinking food, and you're like, babe, it's a child. You can't be looking at her like you're looking at a jam tart. We know it's the jam tart, but it's a child holding it.
It was the contempt in his face of, why does she have one and I don't? That's the thing that got me laughing.
It was the best thing, because we came up the interval, we said, I'm going to get myself a fucking jam tart. And the best bit is Lady Janet was there, his mum, so she's like, so it was basically like, Mummy, why does he have a jam tart and not me? It was very that. It was so good. Like,
he essentially stole some money from his mum to pay for a jam tart.
He had no cash.
He had no money on him.
Mummy,
like a 6-year-old.
On the jacket.
Yeah. It was so funny.
Oh,
wow. Outstanding nonsense.
He was so so happy when he got it. Like, his little face was beaming. It was great.
Oh, you see him come up. He had another biscuit already in his mouth, and he had the jam top second. He was like,
yeah. Look what I got. Yeah.
Well, I'm pleased he was satisfied with the catering.
I mean, I just said, if there was brioche buns, could you imagine what he'd be like?
Oh my god, they would be
Oh
gone.
my god.
Disappears.
Obsessed for a brioche bun. He would literally write, "There's a pound."
Yeah.
All of
Now
them
they're
gone.
mine. Yeah.
Jesus. That's hilarious.
God.
Oh, that's
Oh,
That
and
was so funny.
I walked in, so you guys don't know this because you weren't there, but I walked in to see Lady Janet wearing a pair of sunglasses and Rob wearing some glasses. And I was like, I was loving Lady Janet because she was just looking fashion for me. And I looked at Rob and I just started laughing because I was like, you look like a right nonce.
Yeah, they were really big on me.
Yeah, but then you bloody broke my glasses, you bastard.
I think they might have already been broken. So they're basically they were both pairs of Carl's glasses that he'd left during the last Shooters and Sympathies filming, and they'd been at our house for about 3 months.
I'm pretty sure my white jeans from Shotgun Mike are still in your house somewhere.
Quite possibly.
But Ben says he can't find them, and I'm like, yeah, all right.
He's been wearing them out.
He's wearing them
nights.
right now. I suspect.
Literally. I'm like, I'm happy to go buy you a pair. Just give me my pair back. I will buy you some white jeans. Give me my trousers back. Jesus Christ. Well, I haven't seen them since we filmed like ages ago.
Yeah.
And I lost them like in between filming, and he was like, I was like, I don't have them anymore. He's like, it's fine, just bring some shorts. So now he's like cropped my like filming with my legs to here. Makes me laugh. Yeah, so I spent £74 on these glasses. I wore them maybe 10 times in the year that I have had them because I left them at yours. I love this. Like, I leave things at yours and I don't get told that I've left them until I'm either next there or you guys next see me. And I'm like, Ben, you could just text me and say, by the way, you left your glasses. I'm like, cool, thanks.
Yeah, but you know that's not what he does.
No. But then I get them back and they're broken.
But I like how you blamed me for that. Like, all I did was I just left them on the table.
You were wearing them, bitch.
You're
were wearing them. You had them on your face, bitch.
Listen,
you know that they broke. You were like, you're a straight man. You don't know how to respect people's things.
Listen, was I wearing them?
Yes.
Or was I wearing them?
Oh no.
That's the question.
Oh no.
I was like, oh, he's wearing them.
Oh gosh.
Deary me.
But I just thought that like Lady Janet was wearing the sunglasses. I was like, fashion, and then I was like, Rob.
Not fashion. Yeah.
No fashion. No fashion. That's your head. Your head's
They were.
small.
My head is small. Yeah. You are right. You're 100% right. I literally, my nickname at secondary school was Little Ed. It really was. That's
How did
my
you
head
ever
is.
get late? Did you ever get late?
What? What's that?
Little Ed. We need to talk to Chris about the rosebud. He'll let you.
Oh gosh.
That was a good day on filming. That was a good day.
It was. That was a very good
That was the day
day.
you my PA, actually.
It was. It was. Carrying around all your bags and everything. Yeah, Jesus.
And then just saying how I can't even remember how fisting came up into the conversation. But I did.
Oh, wait, how? What? Why are we talking about fisting? What?
Oh, I don't know.
Fistful of dollars.
It was.
Film.
Yeah, there was some silliness. Yeah, go on.
I was talking about rosebudding, and none of the boys knew what that was. But it's basically when you penetrate a I could do it.
Oh,
It's fine, I did it.
Oh gosh.
I have power.
Oh dear.
What? It's educational purposes. It's not pornography. It's education.
Funnily enough, in Shooters and
that's what they
Sympathies,
said about the hot tub stream.
yeah. Oh yeah, good point. In Shooters and Sympathies, just trying to bring it back to that for a moment. How many times did you say Pornhub sponsor us?
Quite a lot.
Oh my god.
Wait. Why did I say it though? Because I can't remember.
Oh, it was just a
Did
general
it make the
mood
edit?
thing.
Did it make the edit?
Yeah, the Pornhub sponsor us did. Some of the stuff that led to that didn't.
God,
Oh,
there
what did I
was a
say
lot.
that was that?
That was a lot. Obviously, I'm not going to repeat it now.
Can we put it on Pornhub? Can we put it on Pornhub though?
No, I don't think it would do very well on Pornhub, to be honest.
I think it'd be great. I think it'd be absolutely fabulous. And we could just edit it in between with like some homemade porn clips. It'd be great.
Oh gosh, homemade. Jesus.
Homemade. Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
This becomes a very different stream all of a sudden.
Dream this. Like
Oh gosh.
that.
Oh dear. Should we very quickly talk about shooters
Sure.
before we shoot off? Because we've been going for an hour and a half and we still not talked about it.
That's true.
Sorry, I hijacked it.
Oh, I love it. Let's be honest.
This is fun.
This is what we
This
love
is
about
fun.
streams. Absolutely. Absolutely.
We do like
Um,
2 rolls of the dice or something and get 2 illy style
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah,
Is there
why
anything?
not?
I mean,
Why
let's just
not?
ask Carl whilst you're here. Is there anything that you wanted to know about shooters? Seeing as
Yeah.
seeing as you're here,
Thing is, I'm here what?
is there
Oh,
anything
ask
that
the
you wanted to know about shooters, or anything that
Oh,
you
about
wanted to
shooters.
ask or
Yes.
or talk about?
There's definitely one thing I want to talk about shooters. How dare you? How dare you
Okay.
have an entire section called the back passage and I'm not in it? Like, that is homophobia at its finest. Like, that is existential homophobia. You have a back passage section with back passage on the screen the whole time, but you edit out my Pornhub sponsor us, and then you don't even have me in the back passage section?
But you've gone
Explain
full
what's
frontal. You've gone full frontal. What's the problem?
Yeah, I'm the elephant man.
That's true.
Josh, Lady Baker Maljoy, and Lady Jenna, I believe and Ben have all seen me full frontal.
I didn't have my glasses with me that day.
Jesus. Yeah.
See,
Oh.
Rob, you escaped that one because I didn't know you by that point. You would be jealous,
Oh, Jesus.
little head, you would be jealous.
Goodness me. Oh god.
You're not gonna live that now that you told me that, little head. LH. Yes. Actually, I do want to ask. How many more episodes, Josh? I know you said it in the chat, but
2 more.
2.
So you're 2.
And also, are we still? Because I know that I think it was my fault, but we never filmed like a.
I think.
All of us
I
coming
mean,
together to discuss afterwards. I think I would still love that if we can do that.
yeah, possibly.
I even said to Ben, I was like, "Oh, have you guys filmed it? Because I'm gonna have to do like one of those like." Yeah, I know. Sure, it just takes forever to. Oh yeah, I'm here. Like one of those kind of like one of those cutaways where it's like I get to talk about. I mean, I'm so excited for the final for the finale
Yes.
finale because that.
It's
Well,
so
I have to
good.
be no spoilers,
There's-
no spoilers whatsoever. But oh,
there's. I
The
will
thing
say.
that happens to- yeah.
A lot of good stuff happens in that finale.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean,
There's one of the most emotional things and one of the funniest things I've ever watched happen in that last episode, and they happen so close together as well.
I mean, my favorite thing is the fact that, and no spoilers again, but is the fact that Josh was like, getting Josh after he'd been he planned this
a good
over
finale.
a year ago.
It's an appropriate finale, shall we
and
say?
Oh, yeah.
for sure. And I think
Oh yeah.
what I loved about it, about filming that, is like so unexpected. Like even what happened in it, like I don't think anyone like realized what was happening. Even the person who does it didn't even realize what was happening. But it's just the fact that Josh, who'd been waiting for so long to finish this, like finally kind of got a little bit of like, I did not see that coming. Like it was just nice to kind of have that moment for Josh as well, because he's been like, I've been waiting so long for this fucking scene to happen.
Yeah, because seeing behind the curtain, and Josh had notes about his notes, because there was so much involved in what was going on and so much written, and like it looked like you thought you'd covered all the areas, and then something like that happened and you were like, oh Jesus, okay, right, there's a lot of thinking on my feet now, okay.
And actually, I think like I again, no spoilers.
I need to dig out my notes actually for when we do the final thing.
When we do the
Yeah.
final thing.
Yeah.
But I think the one thing that shocked me the most, I say, no spoilers again. I'm not going to say anything, but it's just what happened after that moment. Like, I know you like the person who got involved with it. I was not expecting that from that person, and it's just such a beautiful. It's so beautiful, guys. Like it's so good, so funny, so mental, so crazy, so Shooters and Sympathies. It's I can't wait for everyone to see it. Even if it takes another 3 months to see it. Like
no, it's not going to be 3 months. It's going to be 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's coming. It's a coming.
Somehow
But
he said.
the thing that's
when is Shooters and Sympathies the next episode?
So the next episode is this time next week.
Fabulous.
And then let me find my diary. On the 12th is the next episode. There'll be another recap on the 19th, and then a finale on the 26th of October.
Indeed.
I will warn, that's going to be a long episode, folks. That's going to be, if I recall, it's over 3.5 hours, possibly pushing 4. So I might do earlier start. Might do an earlier start on that one. Might even do an earlier start next week, depending on circumstances.
Yeah.
I
will have to ask though: is the character coming into the next episode? It feels like we're close.
The character's in the final episode. Believe it or not.
Okay.
There's a lot in that final episode.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, me and Ben have already mentioned it. There is a character with the most perfect and brilliant name.
I watched that back the other day. It was really funny.
Yeah, isn't it just? It's the moment where me and you look at each other, Josh, and go
similar to the Jesus moment.
The Jesus moment.
Yes.
Oh god.
All that to come. I mean, it's great. The finale's great.
Yeah.
I haven't edited it yet, but I know that it's great because I know what's in it.
But I mean, that must mean we're in the final countdown. We're counting down to the end of the episode.
Yeah. The penultimate episode next week, people.
Yeah.
I mean, wait a minute. This has just changed things. I know what I'm coming as to Hallowstream now.
Oh, hello. Yes, that's right.
Whoa.
So, for the record, then the 26th will be the week before Halloween. So Hallowstream will be the first reactions that we have to have.
I mean, we'll have to discuss with Brenda and obviously you boys. But maybe we should do it on the Saturday or the Sunday.
Saturday or the Sunday, yeah. Halloween itself is on the Monday, so probably not the Monday because you know, fuck that.
Might as well do it on the Saturday.
Saturday or Sunday, I would say for Hallowstream, depending on what we decide. We will let you know.
Yeah,
we will let you know.
But I can tell you at home 100% that there's been a lot of thought that's gone into it. There's many discussions.
Yes.
We have definitely discussed it. Even though earlier I said, is there actually a Hallowstream happening? I didn't know this. That was all just pretend.
Did you say that earlier?
Yes, I did. I didn't know it was happening. So.
It's literally, I just messaged the boys, I think just before Friday, on Wednesday last week or something. I was like, by the way, are we doing Hallowstream this year? Because I feel like we have to. It's a tradition. Like, I will turn up for Hallowstream. Christmas streamers? No, won't do it. Easter? No, won't do it. Hallowstream, I'm fucking there. Like,
Hell yes.
Hallowstream is a great tradition.
And on top of that, I've been working so much recently. It's nice to kind of just have something to...
Me too.
I was going to say, like, it'll be nice to kind of have to...
I actually completely agree with that. It'll be nice to... because after the show's done, Sanctuary this week, and coming off of deadlines as well in the next week, there's a bit of a breath afterwards, and
you have a rest night?
Ish. I'm still working,
but not.
I won't be doing 7-day weeks of 14 to 16 hour days. Put it that way.
See. I said this to Josh after Sanctuary. Sorry to bring back Sanctuary, but I just went. This says a lot. This says a lot that you were part of it. Like I could see you in it. Like I see it. It was like, yeah, it was my outlet during this hard time.
Yeah. Sanctuary, I mean, it's nice to have a creative outlet, particularly one that's got to be in front of audiences. At long last, there's something that's actually like in public.
Yeah. There's an article going to be.
People paid money to see that show. That's crazy.
Article. Yeah, I paid. Robin Bender.
There's an article coming out. A reviewer who did Resolution's review this band.
Oh yes, of
got
course.
them into like a dress rehearsal. And it's been picked up by Dance Art Journal. So
Really, I didn't know this.
And then, funnily enough, Guillaume, who's kind of running the space at the moment, said to us, like, I'm working on, someone from Dance Art Journal coming here. And I'm like, oh, funny that today, like, this was email exchange today. Oh, funny that we've, and then I mentioned the reviewer and everything. So hopefully this person comes to see the physical thing as well as, like, having picked up the article. Reviewer's name is Jody Nunn, so that should hopefully be coming out.
Shout out, Jody.
Probably either
chat,
it'll come
please,
just over the next couple of days, or it'll be probably after the shows are done.
Hey, Substy.
But so
Cool.
yeah.
Actually, if you get a link or anything, can you post it?
Yeah,
Basically.
I'll no
I
doubt.
mean,
We'll send it around all the socials.
We'll be posting about it for sure. So
Amazing.
We'll probably put it in our link tree thing on Instagram and stuff. So it's just there for people to have a gander.
Could you post just a thing in the really great picture of Sanctuary, because I could put it in my stories for this Friday, like if there's a link or anything.
Yeah,
Do I have stuff?
sure.
So that I can advertise, because I
It's
would
probably
have
the
been
blue
nasty. I
advert,
was like, I don't have a good enough picture.
Ticket
I
sales.
want
Yeah.
a good picture.
I can send you the
Excellent.
the graphic which I made,
Send it now. Send it now.
and then there's a bunch of really fantastic production stills from Becca Hunt.
I've had a ton of photos sent my way since then. So
Nice. I'll let you see
the
stuff because
actual
you've got more
promotional
modern stuff. Then.
is deep down
More
depths of
modern,
my phone somewhere.
more recent.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, should we finish things off there? What do we think?
Can do. Is there any
This
other?
is
Is
it.
there any
Yeah.
shooters things that you wanted to go through?
No, not really. I think, to be honest with you, I think we kind of picked up the main points, didn't we? With what we
front
what we sort of
passage,
saying?
back passage.
From
So
Front
back
passage.
passages, then we've got the prison, check security
Yeah.
panel, don't find anything, everyone keeps missing. I'm just reading Rob's essay.
He's just checking all
it's
of.
a
Yeah,
long-
it is
it's a
long.
long-
Avon
it's a
group
long
down
list.
to Oval
It
Park,
is- it is
back
really,
past
really
Jackie
long.
finds a shotgun.
Can I-
Oh, the one thing I do love is I think Josh put it in the chat was like, oh, Ben found his natural character or something.
Yeah.
Last
Ben is
week.
Jackie.
Jackie.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
Jackie.
loved Jackie. It's to be honest with
Very,
you, MVPs, Jackie and Mary Lou in this episode.
Mary
100%.
Lou.
Oh,
I
Mary Lou
did
going
enjoy
off like
actually.
fucking Yoda.
I forgot that
Yeah.
I forgot that Sykes and Slotcher went full frontal.
Yeah.
But I
He
did
did.
love that. I love that Sykes just goes, just attack it straight away. Every time she's like, just go. I was like, Sykes, you're not subtle. And I'm Slotcher saying that, like Slotcher saying Sykes is subtle. But I feel like,
Oh,
Joe,
that's strange.
I feel like Sykes and Slotcher's like friendship starts when we got onto the tripod, and I feel like that's what gets us to where we lead, which I do love very much.
Yeah.
my
Brilliant.
one
Well,
studio
Battles.
flat in.
I love that it starts taking damage by the jacuzzi starts leaking.
Yeah.
The
Scalpels
spanners get
everywhere.
knocked over. That's it. The scalpels. Oh, it's brilliant. So
Yeah.
good. So good.
I had to. I had to.
Oh yeah.
Brilliant.
Well, yeah.
As
There's
I said, damage.
plenty of battles to come.
Yeah. Mm.
It's
Well,
so good.
Yeah. Well, I'll
And I
tell
love
you.
that used to be like,
Yeah.
like, I was dead that day. I was so dead.
Oh yeah. Oh, I think we were all really tired by the end of that. You could see that.
That
I mean,
was the
as
really
David
long
said, he was.
session, I think. No, it wasn't actually.
Yeah.
The really long session
I mean,
was the
even
day
David at
before.
one point was really tired because he was like, even when he was remote, it was just a little floating head. He was like that. Like,
Yeah.
you could
Yeah.
see him as well. Like all of us. I mean, I don't care. Like I'm like, yeah, I'll just carry on. When it's my turn, just shout.
Yeah.
Well, when we cut to the back passage, I didn't realize that was the part that you filmed when we'd gone. So I
Yes.
was like, did I just like fuck off under the table and then like lay on the floor? At one point?
Yeah, you did.
Yes, I did. I remember that.
Yeah.
There is
Is that
some
correct?
of that where you're under the table. There's some of that where Kyle and David basically weren't there because availability, and basically the back passage was just 3 of us. It was just me, Ben, and Rob filming.
Following day after we just done
Or the weekend, I think it was something like that. Like we shot in the week, and then it was the weekend, something like that. I can't remember. It was in the same week though.
Because we actually ended up shooting a little bit out of sync, didn't we? And had
Yeah,
to
we did.
go back and do some stuff. So,
Yeah.
because I was like, I refuse. I refuse.
It's just
I threw a
scheduling.
diva
though.
tantrum.
Yeah, it's just scheduling.
Exactly.
It's so tired. Like it's so tiring. I don't
It
understand
is.
why sitting there at a table is so tiring.
It's because
you're
you
paying
put
attention.
so much effort into it as well, Carl. I mean, we all get tired by it, but you go for it. You give everything. I mean, by the end of it, I'm a little knackered out, but you give everything.
Because it's playing a game and playing the rules of the game, and also doing improv for 4 hours straight.
Yeah.
And also, what I truly think it is as well is being like a visual person, and like when you read books and you create an image in your head, but with this, like you're literally creating an entire world with no reference.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So your brain is then, you're overloading your brain with, you're creating up this world that Josh is like describing to you. Then you're trying to think about your character and how the character looks in that, and then also with everyone else around you, and then how you're interacting with it. And if there's one thing I know about Schwa, is he knows how to make like how to draw your emotions into a character. Because that's one thing. Like when little Missy, I have
Mary Lou.
Mary
Lou, thank you. When Mary Lou came into it, I was like, you are pulling on my parental heartstrings, you motherfucker. Like, I'm a robot, bitch. Like, I'm a sex machine. Sarah.
But this is it. Okay, let's just talk very, very briefly then. I know we're like overrunning, because we've not had Kyle on to talk about shooter stuff or any of the RPG stuff. But like, this is what I love to do with characters as a writer or as a thing, is to say, what is the character, what is their archetype, what would need to trigger something to change that. And that was my mission the whole way through, to put stuff in front of the characters to challenge their personalities. That's why the whole like Bob in prison arc. What happens to Bob if you take away all of his freedom? What happens to Slotra if you give him someone to care about? What happens to Sykes if he has to learn to communicate? What happens to the Doc if he has to sober the fuck up and be responsible?
You are a sociopath, sir, a sociopath to your friends. You're a sociopath. But what I do love, though, as well, is I remember when Mary Lou was introduced, you even said that it was either for you or it was for Bob.
Yeah.
Like you said, it was one of the
That's
two.
right.
Yeah, that's right.
Fine,
Yeah.
Mary Lou was Slotra or Bob. And I was like,
And we get to see a little bit of Mary Lou and Bob. We do see a little bit, and it turns into a massacre.
Yeah.
Loads of people die. I don't know. I expected it was that probably.
Yeah. Very
But
true.
yeah, like I mean, this is it. This is it. It was.
I
it was
think
the
that-
opportunity.
That's the thing when it comes to you, like even though everything is so much longer and everything is dragged out, and it took us over a year to film all of Shooters and Sympathies, I think, and maybe this is why I'm petrified of joining D&D because we all saw you will all see what happens at the end of Sympathies, and I know for a fact in D&D characters have died.
Yes, they
I
have.
believe.
Yeah.
And they're gone. I don't think I could do that. Like I don't.
And it's
think I could
random
commit
as
to a
well.
character And I would die, and then I'd be fucked.
Well,
It's
that's
random.
why I
It's
think
tough.
a one shot would be perfect
Yeah.
for you. I think an introduction, so you could be like literally the idea of talking about the paladins, so that these kind of holy knights, if you will, of the Holy Grail, and we'll make a story together, and it can just be absolute chaos.
I'll also say on top of that, being somebody who's lost a character in D&D, it does suck, but then you get to create a new one, and I'll be honest with you, I prefer my new one. I'm at a point now, I'm like, I really like this character.
Well, I do have a backup character for D&D.
you are a heteronormative male.
That's true. These are facts.
Like you do have a heart in you. I'll give you that, but you do not have the emotional insanity that I do. Like the emotional attachment I have to characters that I have created, especially ones that get responses out of you guys, because that's like, I mean, this is getting a little bit like meh, but not meh, but a good meh. But like, I went to an all-boys school. As a homosexual kid, that was a bad move. But like, to be around 4 straight men and feel comfortable and make them laugh and like feel like I'm part of the crowd is the thing that I wanted my entire childhood. So to have like my own little unit that I feel so comfortable to be myself around. I don't feel judged. I don't feel like, I mean, there have been times when I'm like, I feel very paranoid because my mental health's just going fucking batshit. Like with you guys, but I know it's not you guys. It's just my mental health. But it's just like, and I've said this to Ben so many times when he's driven me back, but it's like, to have that safety, like, it means that I can, like, do you think what happened in the final episode, I would have gone, like we would have gotten to that if I hadn't felt safe with you guys? No, I would have been like, hold it together. Yep. But to have a space where I'm around straight men, and I feel comfortable, and I feel I can be myself, and I don't feel like you'll not take the piss out of me, but I give it back tenfold. Yeah. And that's what I think that's one thing I definitely missed since like my hiatus from it all for a while, because I've been dealing with a lot of shit. But it's like, I've really missed this. I've really missed you guys, and I'm glad to like be back.
Oh, that's actually nice.
It's really nice. I mean, it's the thing. Honestly, it's the thing that everyone deserves to have, is a space that's somewhere they can be themselves and feel free to be themselves with everyone else in the space being themselves. That's what everyone deserves, honestly. So
sanctuary.
You know, sanctuary. Whoa! Full circle. We have entered and exited the Matrix. My phone is
So it's all about.
Fine. Room service turned up. In Premiere.
Oh no, I'm running about because it's late,
fair.
and if I do it any later, I'll wake up the neighbors.
I'm gonna when I leave the stream, I'm gonna do some work.
Do some what? Sorry.
I'm doing some work. Yay!
Yay!
I know my PBS.
Yeah, me too.
Yay!
Brilliant. Well, shall we pretty much end things there, gentlemen? Couple of things I just want to say. First of all, do hit the like button. Sorry, you. Hold on. Let me try this again. One shot the follow button. One shot the follow button. Press the subscribe button. Special rollover to YouTube, where you'll be able to. Where you can subscribe.
Oh no!
Oh, Kyle's gone.
I'm not part of this.
Yeah, I know. There is going to be a clip of the week coming up on Monday. Obviously, one came out. Full Frontal or Back Passage was the clip of the week that came out this week. Next week, it's going to be about that frying pan and what happened to it.
Oh, that was great.
That's next Monday, so that was excellent. Yeah.
You have so much time in your.
No, it's really difficult to find the time, and yet I somehow, literally this week, I was like, when I watched the episode, I was like, how the hell am I gonna, first of all, find the time to get these clips, and secondly, like, even put them together, and then, like, literally, I was like, I think I had 2 hours to on a Sunday. I was like, right, do it now, and I just got it done, and I've literally had no time since. It's been bloody crazy. But keep an eye on them, and of course this will be coming out as well. This very chat will be coming out on Friday as well, so keep an eye out for that on YouTube.
Like, subscribe, thumbs up.
We probably ought to not call it like talking about Shooters and Sympathies. It's like this needs another name, because we've talked about Shooters for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it wasn't really a Rolly recap, was it?
Joe, call it a Roddy recap. Like
Failcast?
A hijack Roddy recap.
Yeah.
Hijack.
Podcast.
Or Ryjack, if you're going to keep the arse in.
Rolling
Hijacked.
hijack.
Hijacked. Hijacked. I'm here for hijacked.
Hijacked.
Hijacked is quite good. I quite
Hijacked.
like hijacked.
Roddy recap.
Hijacked is
Hijacked.
good.
That is good. I'm writing that down right now. Yep. Brilliant. All right. Shall we call it there then, gentlemen? And thank everybody for watching.
Thank you everyone for watching.
Thank you,
My name's
folks.
been Kyle. I've hijacked this wonderful Roddy recap. You know the boys. Good night.
There
I'm
you
loving
go.
this Claire Sweeney jazz hands, dude.
Goodbye, everybody. We'll
Bye.
see you again
Bye.
very soon.
Good night. Good night.
Au revoir.